Hello everybody and welcome back to the final part 11 of this intro to blacksmithing series, where you can finally see the end result of my friend the beginner and his leaf. See how he did with it. He had a good time, and it's been a while since that of course took place, but his turned out great. Mine I actually ended up breaking because I was, well, just trying everything under the sun that I could think of, and I wasn't really caring about the small cracks that were forming because ultimately it was just a practice thing, and I was trying to see what all it could take, and I found out the exact limit. So without further ado, this is a recap of part 10, and here is the final part where you can see just see exactly how it turned out. Again, like I said, anybody can do this. This is a perfect way to get into blacksmithing if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and follow for more, and I appreciate you sticking through the entire series. I would grab it head on. Not at a table. Grab it head on, right at the front.
Okay, so you did it like,
Yep. The other way. Yeah, I do it the other way, yeah. Because it's on top. On top is where you're swinging from. Getting there. See, you're almost there. I think another heat. I'd say throw it back in the heat for you. GoPro, stop recording. Do you want to make it more round, or are you good with that?
honestly, I could like kick it out a little bit, but I kind of like it.
Okay, well, the only thing I would say, if you want to make it more round, you can hit.
Oh yeah, the round, that's what you can, yeah, the round.
Yeah, you can hit right there. You can make it more round, but you do not have to. It looks great.
Yeah, I'll make it a little bit more round.
There's also the other option where you can hold it. So the way that you're going to make it more round is you're either going to hit it on the part that isn't round and do that to make it more round. It'll open it up a little bit, but then you could also hit it this way and hit this part in, and that would make it smaller here, but that would also hit this. So you can either use the anvil to do it, or you can use that, but there's drawbacks to this one because it'll make it smaller.
Yeah.
So if you want to, it'll make it more. Yeah, you can make it smaller, but it doesn't have to be super small, because again, if you put a carabiner on it,
it doesn't need
most, yeah, which most keys are on a carabiner. If I had one, I'd have it on.
I had one as well.
Yeah, so most of them have it, so. GoPro, stop recording. Just so everybody sees that I wasn't crazy about what I was talking about. So you see how it's hanging? You've got it in the center. It is in line with the center, so you're good. You don't need to do anything if that's how you want it. If you want it to be more like this, then you would have to bend it so that this circle, the center of the circle, was in front of the leaf. Okay, I am too. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
so,
no, I get it now.
Now that it's a little bit easier to explain because I actually have a hook. So, I know. It's good.
Good.
I like it. Yeah.
I would put more like chisels on it. Make it more like that, so you can tell it's like a leaf. So right now it almost looks like a glorified spoon.
Yeah, I think this. Well, I think some of your chisel marks came out a little bit, which is fine. I just think, yeah, if you put a little bit more chisel marks, you can make it look more like a leaf. If you do the chisel in a way, you can do it. See how it reacts on the corners?
Yeah.
How it's flatter. It kind of makes it have that like ruffled look. If you do more chisel marks and you focus on the edge, you may still get it like in the center, but if you hit it in the center, you'll still get some in here, but you'll get an edge mark, and that'll spread it so that it makes it look like it has a rough edge.
Okay.
But that's a technique you can use. You don't have to.
It's your leaf.
Do what I want with my leaf.
I shall. Probably hold it, I guess. Because I have no idea how I keep that still. And then if I can get the marks I want to get in, then we're good. I'm done with it. Well, if you want to do the chisel, I can. Like I said, I can hold it. Okay. It's not a hard thing. I'm here for that. You don't need to learn how to do it by yourself because you have someone here. Good point. That's actually a really good. Don't make it difficult on yourself. Just do it the easy way. So get a glove on if you want me to hold it. Okay. Here's your chisel. And there's a hammer. And you can use the light one. There's a little one if you don't want to make big indents, or if you want to make bigger, then you can make it. All right. So you're gonna have to do the front for now because it was at a close point. So right there. See, the reason I pulled out the chisel and was doing so many marks before was because I was purposefully trying to widen it out without even trying to get the chisel marks really. I was just trying to do that because it would provide a direction for the metal to go by forcing it to widen out like that. Were you hitting it in the front?
Yeah, I wanted to put an indent on it, but it's going to pin it. I don't want to do that.
Well, I mean, no, it won't bend it. I'll just hold it that way. I just need to know where you're
Good point.
indenting. Hold on, let me get a better hold. There you go.
A little bit. That's not exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, there we go.
Are you done, or what do you want to do?
I'm done.
Done. Look at that.
I don't really think I can take it anywhere else.
Yeah, I think it looks great, especially for your first one. I think that looks wonderful. And you got that, and then you have that profile where it's only about an inch thick with everything. And then, like I said, you can get that hook. You can get a chain, like a ball chain or whatever, to put it on there. You could tie a string and have it be there. That'd be fine. Paracord would work great too.
Just something to hang it.
Anything that can loop around and do it. So we'll heat it up, and then I'll let you dunk it. I'm gonna give you some tips about dunking it.
Okay.
And then, because this is just getting it that oil finish. You don't have to do this. That's not oil. This is oil. That's oil. This is oil. That's canola oil, cooking oil, just stuff. Anyways, GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.
Come step closer.
Nice. We just got to get the light on it. There you go. So that is the finished leaf. And how was it?
It was pretty fun. I really enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed
It
it?
was actually a really great time. Pretty happy with what I've made, especially for my first time. Hope you guys enjoyed having me on here as well.
Hey, there you go. And it's great. He'll probably be around a couple more times if he wants to. But that's basically it. I mean, the whole point was for me to practice my basics and also at the same time give him a chance to learn the basics. And he took it and ran with it. I mean, it looks great, especially a first piece. That's perfect. And then now he has something and be like, look, I did something. And that's probably the best thing about blacksmithing is that you can do something that's, you know, it's complicated at first, but it's relatively simple. Mm-hmm. And then you can just come out with something like, hey, I made that. It's pretty cool.
It really is like fun. Because I look at this and I'm like, I could definitely, with some practice, make this a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're like, man, I could make this better. I could do a better job of it.
Doing it.
Exactly. You just got to keep doing it. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you like the channel, check out my other videos, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.